Guys, it's freezing out here in Missouri right now. It is at freezing temperatures, so I'm just going to make this video real quick. I'm going to do the top 5 things that I actually hate about my Chrysler Town and Country. I already did a top 5 things that I love, so I'm going to do top 5 things that I hate. Don't forget, like the video and subscribe to the channel because it helps the channel to grow. Let's get into it. So this shouldn't really take much, but the first thing that I absolutely despise about this van, and it actually stopped me from buying it a few years prior than what we actually did get it, is I hate the look of it. Let's just take a look at this square boxy thing. It basically is an ugly grandpa's car. We got it because it's functional, it drives well, and it's just useful for the kids. But overall, if you compare this to its newer sister, which would be the Chrysler Pacifica, this thing is just ugly in general. I mean, I don't really like the way it looks from the front. I don't like the way it looks from the side. I don't like the way it looks from the back. It is just like 100% grandpa and grandma's car, or, you know, soccer mom's car. But in general, definitely not feeling the way that it looks. My second point with this vehicle, as far as its looks, is the interior quality, or I should say the quality of the seats. If you look at these, the seats are all tore up and ripped here, and I'm definitely not liking that. I thought that it was real leather, but I don't think that it is. Not with this kind of look of the material. Maybe it is, but either way, I know we've had it 7 years, but there's lots of car brands where the seats don't tear up, you know, even after 7 years. Lexus being one of them. Look at that. That's ripped there. This is all ripped. So definitely not really liking that particular interior quality. So the other thing that I despise is the radio. So that doesn't look bad when it comes up, but bear in mind we had the radio back, you know, we got this back in 2016. This is so old school. Even other cars back in 2016 looked newer than this. So it's just a very old style radio. Definitely not my favorite. Yeah, just is very dated, and the sound quality is maybe average for its time, but I still feel like they could have done a better job when it came to the quality of the radio on this thing. Okay, so thing number 4 that I don't really like about this car is the transmission. So first of all, I hate where the shifter is for the transmission. I wish back then they made the little dial transmission turner, or that it had a floor shifter, but I know that would take up space, so I understand why they didn't do that. But the main thing is, I had the transmission replaced, and this vehicle has only just crossed 129,000 miles. So I feel like in a Toyota or a Honda, that's not going to be the case. But in this, we already had the transmission rebuilt when we was at about 125,000 miles, which to me is unacceptable. Cost me $3,000, and it took me searching many places in order to get that price. Most of them were charging me $4,000 to $5,000 to get the transmission replaced. So that obviously put a huge dent in my pocket when that happened. So that is a common issue with Chryslers, and I've heard that throughout the years, and I finally experienced it. And the last thing, guys, is overall, it's been a good vehicle for us. I've got a family of 6, so we needed a minivan. But the biggest thing that I don't like about it is it's a minivan. Minivans are always ugly, like 9 times out of 10. They don't have any cool factor, and it's just like, you know, you're like a grandpa driving everybody around to school and wherever. So, you know, for the most part, there's not too many things to dislike about it, especially for the price range. Let's be honest, if you buy a brand new minivan, you're going to be looking between $30,000 and $50,000 depending on trim level and which minivan you get. But they can be very expensive. Go look at a Toyota Sienna that's like a hybrid. It's quite expensive once you option in all the options. So for somebody who is looking for a minivan and you're looking to spend less than $20,000, especially if you was wanting to get a used one, this is honestly the perfect option. it's the best for the price. And the seat stowaway, which many minivans don't have stowaway seats. So for this car, you know, as much as I'm saying there's 5 things I don't like about it, for the most part, for the price, what you get per dollar, it's probably actually the best bet. Anyway, don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.